Yo, what's good, bro? Did I trade today? Yeah, I took two trades today, actually. Did I take longs? I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I did stab at some longs early this morning. What do you mean, am I stupid? Alright, let me lock in, bro. Here's the thing, I'll give you a little rundown here. So today, I jumped on the charts in the morning, took my trades, hopped off for the day. Market opens mad early where I live at. So normally by the time I'm done trading is breakfast time. So I'm going downstairs, eating my breakfast, and I am jumping on TikTok, kind of just curious what other people did, just to see what's going on. So I jump on trading TikTok. I'm seeing four big influencers in like the course of 15 minutes talking about if you took longs today, you're stupid. And bro, this always gets to me. Does it actually bother me personally? No. But I feel like this hurts so many traders, and let me explain why. So, for my system, I'm not gonna lie, longs presented themselves today, so I took it. Here's the thing, if you trade somebody else's system, let's say you're buying a mentorship, right? And they give you an exact system. Obviously, they're going to have some discretion, but maybe it's kind of mechanical. Maybe they want you to enter off of X, Y, and Z for confluences. And that happens. Boom. You take the trade based on their confluences, and that's their system. If you traded their system poorly, that is their system, and it's supposed to work a certain way. So if you did that wrong, that's on you. Maybe you are stupid. I don't know. But in my case, I have my own system, and there's a lot of people that trade their own systems. They don't buy a mentorship, they don't follow someone else's strategy. They have conviction for their own strategy, and they trade it a certain way. So for me, I took a long today because that's what fit my system. My long was signaled by my system in my brain versus another person's trade that might have been signaling something else, In this case, I could have had a supply and demand strategy told me to short versus an IFVG strategy that told me to long. So you just basically need to do what works for you. And if you know that your expected value of your strategy is positive, if you are confident in yourself and you have that intuition, you have that discretion, you have that chart time, in the end, you will be profitable. Take trades that look good to you, that follow your rules, have good risk management. That's important. Obviously, you don't want to be taking really bad trades with bad risk, but if you're using good risk and you're trading well, then sometimes you're just going to take L's. That's okay. So follow your system, follow your rules, and if it's a good system, you will make money. So I'm not going to lie. That's my little spiel. I just wanted to get that across. It's important to take trades that are good for you, good part of your system. I've gotten payouts with my system. I know it works. I make money. I'm always ending up on top in the long term. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, of course. So in this case, I did take a L, then I took a dub. I want to break that down for you guys. If you just wanted to listen to me yap about that, then see you later. But if you want to see the trades that I took, I'm going to also show you guys that real quick. I will jump into replay here. So I'm going to break that down for you right now. So market opens for 6:30 a.m. where I'm at. So coming into the day, here's the thing. NFP, I was expecting a bigger move off of NFP. Maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like 80 points is not that crazy. I think it was about 75, 80 points. Yeah, for a move. I was expecting like at least 100. I thought that we wanted to push higher. Maybe it was an oversight. We have a lot that needs to be retraced into, I'm going to be honest. But I thought we wanted to come higher. So this is what we're looking like on the higher time frame. I see that we swept this out already. I see we have gaps below, but I also see some draws higher. And if you were trading today, you might have seen S&P was at all-time highs. We expect the indices to be bullish at all-time highs because they're inherently bullish. They always go up over time in theory. So in this case, I had some of these highs marked out like up here, and then this was a 1 hour high, so I'm going to mark that out as well. And then coming down, I also was of course looking for NFP lows. Once we took out the high of that candle, I thought, okay, we took out the NFP highs. We are either going to, trade up and then come back down to the lows, or we're going to push higher. I initially wanted longs, and all I'm doing is reacting to the way price behaves. We were looking kind of bullish off open. I didn't think we were overextended up here. I thought maybe we still wanted more draws before coming lower. Like I said, ES was at all-time highs. Longs looked good to me. And like I said, I'm going to trade based on my system. I'm confident in myself. And that's all you got at the end of the day is yourself. So, boom, 5 minute here. I'm getting pretty used to just trading like 5 minute, 1 minute only for entries. I used to be camping on the 1 minute time frame bad, but now I'm pretty good about sitting on the 5 minutes. So in this case, we were just sitting here waiting. I'll show you guys. Boom. This was the opening candle, started trending lower. I'm peeping the 15 minute here. I'm seeing we rejected this really nicely. And okay, here's the only thing I did not like about this long was that we did not come into this gap. We edged this other 15-minute gap. We did reject out of this one nicely, but this one did get edged crazy. So that was the only thing that I really didn't like. And of course, we had news lows below, but I didn't think we were overextended. I thought we were going to push higher. So based off of that, boom, I'll play out another candle. We formed this 5-minute fair value gap. I don't really mark them out, but I'll show you just for the sake of this. This is the gap. I'm thinking at this point, all right, we rejected off this gap down here nicely. Boom, we are starting to reject out of these, assuming that this comes up, we'll be rejecting out of these, sorry. And boom, peep this candle. Perfect displacement back up to the upside after rejecting all of this. We are so close to these highs up here. I was like, maybe we don't want to edge these highs before coming lower. I'm thinking longs look good. I'm reacting to the way price is behaving. Peep the 15-minute. Okay, I hate the bar replay because it's showing the same exact candle as before, but that's what it was looking like about here. And then boom, I played out, I think it was about this time, one more 5-minute candle. I loved that rejection. And then it was like right then, boom, I was on the 1 minute and I see this displacement up after coming out of this. There was this interesting fat leg down, boom, 40 points down, came back up, displaced away from there. I'm thinking, okay, I'm not gonna lie, to me, this looks like good displacement higher. I'm just gonna trust myself and my system in terms of stop loss. I think I set it at these 5-minute body lows here. And I thought, okay, this is a good trade. I'm just going in with 1 mini. That's the risk I'm comfortable with. And this is a solid trade. So we bought one here and then stop loss at these lows. And then TP, of course, at these highs. They were just hourly highs, but I thought higher was the draw. So we'll play this out. My stop was technically slightly higher, but it doesn't matter. You'll see. So boom, I assumed we were going to hit this point, and that's where I was going to go break even, this like internal high or whatever. So I was going to go break even there, and we got this candle down, and then next candle stopped me out. So not ideal. Normally I would just jump off after that first trade, but in this case I was like just sitting on the 5-minute. I saw there was good volume today, and I've been trying not to jump off the chart so quickly. Sometimes I jump off after like 30 minutes and I see really good volume after not taking a trade. So normally if this happens, I like to just kind of sit on my hands for a minute, wait, be patient, see what happens. So in this case, this did play out in my favor. So I'm gonna get rid of this gap and show you. We'll come to the 5-minute here. Fortunate L, but that's okay. So boom, play out. I think we didn't start like really trending nicely lower. So at this, I'm thinking, okay, it might be cooked. We're chopping a little bit, but you'll see, boom, we do start coming way lower. And here I'm thinking, all right, at this point, maybe I was incorrect. It's okay to be wrong. We did kind of come up, sweep out this. We swept out a bunch of highs here. Didn't take out any more, but let's be real. If we're already taking out all these highs, rejecting, we don't need to take out everything. You know, the market doesn't always move that simply. We're not just trading straight up, taking out everything, all-time highs, and going up 500 points. That's not always going to happen. So we took out a bunch of liquidity. We, unfortunately, are not going higher, but it's plausible to believe we're going lower now. We have this news below that looks like it's trying to get taken out. Good momentum to the downside. So I'm thinking, yo, I'm not going to lie, like, this is looking good. I didn't want to jump into anything too crazy, but once I was seeing that downward momentum, I was really feeling these shorts. So it was about this candle when I was like, all right, I'm taking shorts down to these lows. Like you'll see to the left, there's pretty much nothing stopping us, particularly here. Like once we were trading below this, like I was just so confident in these shorts, and I ended up taking my entry off of this candle. Normally I want to see a slightly better retrace, but like, I don't know, we kind of, hold on, let's see. We kind of got like this here. You'll see we like came up into this gap and started pushing lower. And I thought like, that looked pretty solid. So I don't think we're going to get another fat retrace before coming down to here. I just decided that that was not going to happen. So I was like, okay, this is the time to go lower. I let the candle push up a little bit before jumping into a trade like right here. And I will show the execution. It's not going to be perfect because I entered like partly into the candle, but I had about a 30-point stop loss and then 62, 63-ish points for my take profit. So sold with 2 minis right here. Boom. And I was not trying to go break even on this. I'm going to be honest. I literally just assumed, okay, there's not really an internal low for us to sweep out. That's where I would be going break even at. So either this is coming up to my stop loss or it's going to dump all the way down to my TP. And I was pretty confident in that TP, to be honest. So boom, let one candle play out. Not the cleanest candle, but once we started to reject lower, let's see. Yeah, it just kind of started flooding after this candle here. At this point, I was like, all right, this is looking solid. And we hit for like 2,500-ish, slightly edged, but hit for like 2,500, not perfect because it flooded further, but 2,500 on this one. And that wiped out the losses. It's like $800 or $900 loss from this trade, and then got some profit for the day. I did take this one with more. I'm not revenge trading. Call me a degenerate, call me whatever, but I had way more conviction in this. I thought this looked way cleaner, really clean draw. So I did take that with more size. So not gonna lie, felt like this was a solid day, and I really wanted to get that point across of you need to have confidence in yourself, confidence in your own system. It's okay. Sometimes you're going to take L's that people tell you are bad L's, but it's fine to take L's. If you are trading the way you're supposed to be trading, following your rules, every day is a great trading day. So just keep doing what you're doing. If you're following yourself, following your rules, and all you can do is your best. So thank you if you made it through the whole video. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.